everybody.
I'm Steve.
I'm Mark.
And this is SmokeySteveAndMarc.
Oh, yes, it is.
Welcome back.
Indeed, how are you?
Happy day.
I was waiting for it.
It's
Happy
a happy
Friday.
day.
It's
Happy
the
Friday.
weekend. Weekends make me happy.
This weekend makes me very happy. It is cold.
It is.
It's our first
frigid.
cold. I mean, it's our first cold here, so it feels frigid.
Oh, gosh.
Walking around the house, floors feel cold.
Oh, gosh, I know. I just can't get the chill out of my bones. I
No.
can't. Well, you're right. It's the first one.
Yeah.
Like, the
It's a
first
shock.
week, it's like, it feels a lot colder probably than it really is. But, I mean, it's cold.
When it gets back to this temperature after it's been in the zeros, it feels warm.
It feels warm. Yeah.
Just the perception of it. It's so funny.
I was thinking that today when I was walking from my car into work. I was thinking, oh my gosh, it is so cold. And I'm like, what am I going to do when it's like zero? Like, I mean, oh man, I don't care for the cold.
You make it to the car.
Yeah.
And then you make it back.
Yeah.
You remote start the car if
Oh,
you have
yeah.
the option.
I do, and I use it.
Mm-hmm. My father, every day, for as many as I can think of, he would start the car for my mom when he would start his, so she'd have a nice warm car to go to.
Aw, that's so nice.
Yeah, gentlemen, you know.
That is.
We run in
sweet.
the family.
Yeah, you do. You do.
In our way.
Yes. Well, today it's our Thanksgiving cook-off. Oh, yeah. Now, we decided. Now, I think we've done 3, maybe even 4 turkeys in the
we
past.
did a lot of turkey.
And last year we did a whole Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
So we decided to do some recipes that were a little unconventional, a little maybe unique.
Something different.
Something
and some
different.
sides,
some side dishes, appetizers. Hello, everybody.
One of mine has a story about how Mark and I spent our first holiday together. No, it might not be as touching as you think, but to me it's very much so a nice memory.
No, it is. It's a nice memory. It is.
Yeah.
It is. Although I don't really remember it.
Well, no.
It'll make sense later.
We were getting services in Amish country.
Yes, we were in a facility when we met. You all know the story.
Yeah, and so they try to get you fat in those places too.
They do. Very high starch
cheese,
diets.
butter, carbs, all the stuff they feed pigs in the same proportions to get them fat.
Yep.
There was salad every couple days.
Yeah. Lettuce.
Yeah.
Maybe with a tomato in it if we were
like
lucky.
the kind you get from a pizza place. There's like a big hunk of tomato, a handful of black olives, and the whole core of the head of lettuce.
Yeah.
So,
but one of the dishes was one that he's going to be making later.
I am.
And for the life of me, I cannot remember it at that time. I can't remember eating it because I probably wouldn't have eaten it.
No, you wouldn't have. If you knew what it was.
No, I probably wouldn't have. These 2 cooks were like...
Down.
What were their names?
Mert. And who's the other one?
Oh,
I'm short for Myrtle, I assume.
Yeah, I think it's probably
Mert, and the other one who put cinnamon in everything, even the meatloaf.
Even the meatloaf, she put cinnamon in.
And that got back to her, and she got mad.
Oh, I didn't like it at all. Their cooking was...
Mert was better than...
They weren't professional cooks or anything, but...
No.
This facility was like a house.
Yeah.
And the cooks were like that as well.
Our kitchen is bigger here than it was there.
Yeah,
and there was 20 men
small.
living there, so it was different. But the high point for me was the side.
Yeah.
Can I say what it is?
Did it? Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to be making scalloped cabbage. You thought I was going to say potatoes, didn't you? I never heard of such a thing until I had it the first time. And we were in Amish country, and it's giving me Amish German vibes. Heavy, cabbage.
Yeah.
Very tasty.
It's
sure
good.
to be seen on a buffet or a smorgasbord.
I can't wait to see him make it. Oh, this is gonna be good.
So I put that together, and then you were busy too.
And then I am too. We actually are gonna have a total of 3 recipes for you today, so that's pretty good. But first, we have some news. Well, not news. I guess little updates or whatever. So tomorrow's coffee talk
will be live at 6 p.m. Eastern.
And there's really a couple good reasons. The first being that we didn't do our live last Sunday, so we'll go live tomorrow. But
also I have doctor's appointment.
He does.
I won't be available in the early to mid afternoon, which is usually prep time, and I tried to get ahead earlier, but
And it changes so quick too. There'll be something different tomorrow.
So we'll try to keep it as time sensitive as possible, and I'll be back and prepared for some stuff. And Mark might pop in if he's available.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be checking in live.
And it was it was a long wait for this appointment. Like this is like
it's been a month.
Good that
I can't reach over my chest with my left arm.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad that this is tomorrow.
So it started before the wedding.
So we'll do Coffee Talk Live, and then y'all, we started our Christmas card exchange. Yay. Oh yeah, so we're starting it a week earlier than last year because of the postal.
Remember the mail was like ridiculous. So we were getting Halloween cards in spring.
Yeah, we were. And
first year.
It seems to be much better this year, but I thought let's just err on the side of caution. Let's start doing it now.
Yeah.
And check out our design. Oh, I love our card this year. It was made by your fellow viewer, Jay Thomas.
Craft by Jay.
Yeah, that's his channel. Check him out, Crafts by Jay. And he painted that for us, and that'll be our card this year. Mm-hmm. And so they're due any day now to be here. So definitely, you want to be part of the Christmas exchange? Send us a card. We'll send you one right back. Mm-hmm. I just love Christmas card exchange. I mean, they're
fun. They're old
fun.
School. It's not the same as sending a text.
It's not. We live in such a digital world now. It just doesn't feel the same. Like, but when you get a card in the mail, I love it.
Yeah, it's something extra. It's something a little special.
And then we're going to display all the cards in the backdrop too. So, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So we'll remind you, all the time, but we're, but that's kind of fun.
Our P.O. Box number's in the description below.
Yeah.
So that's where you can send it along to. Well,
and that was all. That's the only news. Nothing heavy,
groundbreaking, earth-shaking. Rip out the front page.
Well, I'm ready to go start cooking. Are you?
I am
too. So this is our Thanksgiving cook-off, and I don't know. I guess I'll go first. Since
you might as well.
Okay, come on. Let's get this started.
All right.
Ooh, I guess I'm up first. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, so I have a really cool recipe for you. Little unconventional, but very, very awesome. And I think it'll be great for Thanksgiving. I'm doing a little appetizer, okay? And we're gonna make sweet potato skins. Yes, we are, with some sweet potatoes. Okay, and we're gonna do 2 different kinds too. So there'll be a sweet one and a savory one, just enough for everybody to enjoy. Now this recipe that I'm going to share with you right now, this will give you like 16 potato skins, okay? So you can adjust the recipe for, how many guests you have, all right? So to start off, I took 4 fairly large sweet potatoes there, and I baked them, okay? So they're already baked, and I don't know if I have to tell you how to bake them or not. Just bake them like a regular baked potato. Pop them in the oven about an hour, till they're nice and soft. You can also do it in the microwave. How about this? However you want to bake your sweet potatoes, just bake them, okay? And we need 4 of them. All right, so this is what we do. We're going to take our sweet potato, and we're going to cut either end off, just like that. All right. And then these I have saved over here. If you just give them a squeeze, all that goodness will come right out, and put it right into a bowl, okay? Because we're going to use that a little bit later. All right, then we're going to turn them up on his end there, okay, just like that. And then we're going to slice it right down the center. Then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to slice each one in half. And these will be our individual servings here, okay? Now next, we're going to scoop out the center a little bit. And to do that, we're just going to use a spoon. Insert the spoon and twist your potato, not your spoon, okay? And then save all that goodness, okay? And then just repeat with all of your potatoes. Ta-da! Just like that, okay? All right, so I promised you 2 different kinds, okay? So we'll do the savory one first, okay? So we're going to make pretty much like traditional potato skins with the first ones, okay? So we're going to start by sprinkling with some sea salt
Yes, and if you can, get it on the edge so that you can see it once they're baked. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not because we're going to cover it up with so much good yummy stuff. All right, and then next I have some sharp cheddar here. The sharper, the better. Trust me on this, okay? So I got that, and then we're just gonna top it with some cheddar cheese. Stuff those babies, stuff them. And then next, I have some cooked bacon here, all chopped up, okay? So we have some bacon. Oh, yeah, you can't go wrong with that. So for this, I bought pre-cooked bacon because bacon is so expensive. I cannot believe it. And I think we talked about this before. It's not even a full pound anymore. It's crazy. Anyway, I got this pre-cooked bacon at Walmart, and it was $3. Now, granted, there's not a lot in it, but I only needed it for this, so it was pretty good. I still have about 6 slices left. I can use it for something else, so it was decent. All right, and y'all, that's it for the first ones. Well, there's a little more, but we'll get to that later, okay, after we bake them. So now, let's get on to our sweet ones, and this is where all that sweet potato that we scooped out, that's where this comes into play. So we have that all in a bowl there, okay? I'm going to kind of mash it up just a little bit there. Very good. Okay, and to that, we're going to add some brown sugar. Oh, about a tablespoon or so. Now, of course, this all depends on how many you're making, how large your potatoes were, but just want to add a little more sweetness to it. So for this size, I added about a tablespoon. To that, we're going to add some cinnamon, and I would say about a 1/4 teaspoon or so. That works. And oh yeah, mini marshmallows. Throw a handful of them in there. Again, judge it, depending on how many potatoes you have, okay? And then we're just gonna mix that all together. Dun, 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 dun. Like that. And we're gonna add 1 pinch of sea salt. All right. And now, once that's all mixed together, as you can guess, oh yeah, we're gonna stuff the rest of our potatoes with this mixture. Make sure each one gets some marshmallows. All right, there we go. Okay, so now we're gonna put these in a 425-degree oven until all the cheese is melted, the bacon crisps up, and our marshmallows are melted. That'll be anywhere from, well, depending on how big they are, 5 to 10 minutes or so. Just be a peeker. Keep checking, okay? All right.
A few moments later.
Oh, the time has come. Ooh, nice. Oh, y'all, these are so delicious. I cannot wait. All right, so we have some finishing touches to do first, okay? So let's do it. Let's start with our savory ones first. All right, so what we're going to do with these, oh, so nice. We're going to top it with a dollop of sour cream. Ooh, just like that. Oh, yes. And then, of course, don't these look funny? I stole all the green tops. Yes. We're going to take some sliced up green onion tops and put them right on top, just like that. Oh, yes. And those are finished. Isn't that like a picture? Here, let me try to pick it up. Isn't that just like a picture? Oh, my gosh. So delicious, too. All right, on to the sweet ones. All right, so the only thing we're going to do with these, oh yeah, maple syrup. Just do a little drizzle on each one of those. Oh, man. And you are ready to go. Oh, my gosh. Look at that one. Very cool. All right, let's get these all plated up and we'll take this home, okay? Talk about picture perfect. All right, there you have it. Our sweet potato skins, 2 different ways.
Well, hello everyone. So, for a nice holiday side dish, I thought I would do something that threw me back to around the time Mark and I met. We were in the same residence at the time, and they served us scalloped cabbage. We were down in Amish country. I'd never heard of scalloped cabbage. I didn't know what it was. Come to find out, it's delicious and not that hard to make. And if you use your toppings wisely, you can make this keto friendly. Okay? Alright, so here's the rundown of what we got. 1 medium cabbage. Cut it however you like. Some of these I left the core on, so to be like a whole piece. Some of them are just in little chunks. Medium head. Trim the core if you like. I left some on. 1.5 cups of half and half. 8 ounces of cubed Velveeta cheese. 4 tablespoons of flour. 4 tablespoons of butter. About a scant teaspoon of ground pepper, and about a half a teaspoon of salt, but we'll taste it too. And then for a crunchy topping, we have Ritz crackers. This is 1 sleeve's worth, and you know, they're not pulverized, but we gave them a break. So, this comes together in probably about 30 or 40 minutes. The first thing we need to do is blanch our cabbage. You can also preheat your oven while you're doing that if you want to show off. I have a pot of boiling water. Rapidly boiling. And we're going to put in our cabbage gently so we don't scald ourselves. And this is going to go till it's about crisp tender, I would say. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on how large you cut it up. Give it a taste, give it a poke with a fork, and then we're going to drain it when that's done. So you either dump it in a colander, or I'm going to probably fish it out. So give us about 5-10 minutes and we'll be back.
A few moments later.
Alright, so this is our cabbage lasagna pan, the size that we're going to use, buttered lightly beforehand. This was 7 minutes was the amount of time. And it's tender, just to the tooth. So now we need to make our sauce. So, sauce ingredients, we start with our 4 tablespoons of butter. It's coming up a little bit there. And we're going to make a roux. So we're going to add our 4 tablespoons of flour to it. And I'm sure you've seen Mark make roux before. Give it a stir. Let it combine. Let it cook the raw flour taste off. This will only take a couple minutes. We're not making gumbo. I remember making this when I was a kid. My sister used to have a microwave bechamel recipe for hollandaise sauce, or similar, to put on asparagus. So that was something we used to have around the house as a treat. I'm fascinated that you could make it in a microwave, actually. Alright, so we're sizzling. We're doing good here. We're going to go in with our half and half. All at once. And this is room temperature. It'll just help bring it back up. Then we're going to bring this up till we get a good thickness on it. So this will take another couple minutes to come up, and then we'll do with the rest of our ingredients. So I will catch you on the thick side of things. All right. And we're thick. So, okay. You can pull it off the heat at this point, and we're going to add our 8 ounces of diced, again to help with the melting, Velveeta cheese. So, give that a stir. And this will take as long as it's going to take. Probably a few minutes. Again, I had the cheese sitting out for a while to kind of help everything along. And then, also, we're going to add in our salt and pepper. And we wait for the Velveeta to melt. I'll give you a time count when it's finished, but for the meantime, I'll be right back. And voila, we have a sauce. That took, I'm going to say, 6-7 minutes, again. So now that we have our sauce, easy breezy, we're just going to pour it over the top. Anyone else drooling? I'm definitely drooling. Definitely drooling. And we'll get all that out. I will come back and get the scraps, but for now, I'll show you that. And we're going to kind of just ease it around. It'll sink in, and this looks a little thick, but remember the cabbage is going to bleed out some liquid too. There we have our cheese sauce on top. Buttery Ritz crackers on top of a sauce made out of Velveeta cheese and heavy cream. Is there anything wrong with any of this? I don't know. I wouldn't think so. Alright. And we get the rest out. Again, there's a lot of liquid under here, so looks a little arid, but it's going to be delicious. Alright, so we're going to put it in the oven at 350 for about half an hour. Check it. If it gets brown, throw some foil on it, okay? It's done! Okay. This was 33 minutes, I think was the actual total. And that's what we got. So you see it's all crumbly on top. I put mine on early. If you want to go later with yours, you can do that too. If it's not to your decided brownish, you can flip it to broil for a minute or two. Just keep an eye on it. And as you can see, it's bubbly and gooey and going to have to cool for at least 15 minutes, probably, before you get a fork in there. So we're going to let this cool, let it chill out, and then I get to taste it, right? I get to taste it. Mark will get to taste it. I'm always curious of his impressions of my cooking. So there you have it. Scalloped cabbage for the holidays.
Okay, so I have a fantastic recipe for you. We're gonna make some homemade rustic turkey biscuits for Thanksgiving. Now, okay, there's no turkey in it, and they don't look like turkeys, nothing like that. It's just what we called these growing up. I don't know why they're called turkey biscuits, but one thing I do know is that they are delicious, and if you try this recipe out, you will never buy store-bought rolls again. You won't, trust me. They're also called angel biscuits too. You may have heard of that, I don't know, but they're certainly angelic, let me tell you. So let's get started, okay? So over here, I have a little bowl right there, and to that, I'm going to add a half a cup of warm water. And by warm, I mean like, baby bottle warm, if you got what I'm saying there. And in this little container here, I have 1 package of active dry yeast, and that's 0.25 of an ounce, standard envelope. And there's also 1 teaspoon of sugar, okay? We're gonna put that in there just like that, and we're gonna give that a little stir until it's incorporated, and then we're just gonna set it aside and let it do its thing, okay? So let's do that. We'll set that right aside. Okay, now over here in this bowl, oh yes, let's make the dough. I have 5 cups of all-purpose flour and 3 tablespoons of sugar. To that, we're gonna add 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. We're just gonna add that to that, and we're just gonna kind of give that a little whisk there until it's all nice and combined. Dun, 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 dun. And now what we're going to do is, here I have a half a cup of cold butter, which I have cubed up, and it can be salted, that is fine. Pour that right in there. Just like that. And then here I have a half a cup of shortening, which I popped in the fridge out about a half hour before we started the recipe, okay? And we're gonna add that to this too, okay? Now I'm just adding it like this instead of like all in one clump, you know what I'm saying there? Okay. And perfect. Okay. Go there, and now we're gonna cut all of that butter and shortening right into that flour mixture using one of these, or you could use 2 forks or 2 knives. We're just gonna cut that in until it's nice and crumbly. All right, just like that, and that's what we're looking for. Kind of, little bit crumbly there. Okay. All right, now to this mixture, we're going to add our yeast mixture. Look, it's all ready to go, all nice and foamy. That's how you know well, that it worked. Like sometimes if you have, your water too hot, it won't work, or if it's too cold, it won't work because it won't activate the yeast, Or if it's too hot, it'll kill the yeast, so we don't want that to happen. So we're going to add all of that, and we're going to add
2 cups of buttermilk. We're just gonna add all that together at once, just like that. And we're just gonna stir this all together just until all of our flour mixture is moistened. We're not gonna like beat it or anything like that. Going to moisten it. And that's perfect. That's all we want, just like that. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna cover our bowl with some plastic wrap, and we're gonna pop it in the fridge for at least 2 hours, or up to a whole week, y'all. Yep, this is a fantastic make-ahead recipe. You can get this all to this point, even a week ahead of time. Pop it in the fridge, and then just bake them, on the day of Thanksgiving.
The next day.
Okay, so you might be wondering, why do we chill our dough, right? Well, there's a couple reasons for that. First of all, when we chill our dough, it allows all of that gluten in there to kind of relax a little bit, if you know what I mean, which makes it a lot easier to roll out our dough, okay? Most importantly, it allows all of that moisture to get all absorbed into the flour, which develops flavor. Oh yes, very, very good stuff, right? So, it does not stop the yeast completely, but it does slow it down dramatically. So as you can see, it did raise a little bit there, just a little bit, and I did leave mine in overnight. And remember, I said, at least 2 hours, chill it for, but you can chill it for up to a week, okay? All right, so the next step, oh yeah, we're gonna turn our dough out onto a floured surface to give us a place to roll our dough out. So turn this out here. All right. Go there. How we feeling? We're feeling good. Okay, good. All right. So now we are going to roll our dough out. And what we want to do is roll it out to a 1/2 inch thickness. And then I'll see you in a minute, okay? All right. Right, pretty good there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our dough and we're going to gently fold it in half, and then we're going to fold it in half again and roll it back out to a 1/2 inch thickness, all right? I just love playing with flour, don't you? Okay. All right. So now we're all rolled out. And of course, add flour as you need it. It's a very sticky dough. Yes, you're going to get all messed up, but add flour as you need it, rolling it out and everything. So now the next step we're going to do is we're going to get a cast iron skillet. Oh yeah, we're going to bake these right in here. And, depending on how seasoned your skillet is, you may want to spray it with some cooking spray, okay? Just saying. All right. And now we're going to cut our biscuits out. And you're going to do that using a 2-inch round cookie cutter, okay? Or a biscuit cutter if you have one. And the size really is totally up to you. If you only have a 3-inch one, go for it. It's okay, all right? So, let's do that. And then you're going to, re-roll all the scraps up too and keep cutting circles out, okay, till you're all done. And after you cut them out, we're gonna place them in our skillet so the edges touch each other until it's all full, okay? All right. Bam. Bam. All right, there we go. We have our one pan done there and our other skillet done there. I put a little one in the middle just because I had extra dough. Now, if you don't have a cast iron skillet, don't you worry at all. Just use a regular baking sheet and line it with some parchment paper first, and then just line them up, with the edges touching, okay? All right, so our next step, we have some melted butter here, and we're going to just brush the tops with some melted butter. Oh, yes, doesn't get any better than that, right? Okay, now we bake. So we're gonna bake these in a 400-degree oven until they're nice and golden brown. That'll be anywhere from 15 to 18 minutes, okay? Oh, looky. Oh, I can't wait to dive in. Oh my gosh. They look really good. Okay, now one last step. Oh, yes, we do. So we're gonna brush them. Oh, yeah, with some melted butter again. Oh, man. Oh, you can hear the sizzle. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, just load it up. I mean, why not, right? It's the holiday. Okay, there we go. And then lastly, we're going to give them a little sprinkle. Oh, yeah, some coarse sea salt. Oh, right on top. Nice. There we go. And that's it. Let me break one here. Oh, yummy, yummy. Oh, I can't wait. Oh my gosh. And it's still hot. Oh, this is so great. Okay, all right. Well, that's all there is to it. I'm sure once you try these, I really think you're going to like them. I really, really do. All right, let's bring her in. There you have it. Our rustic turkey biscuits. Yum. Oh, I'm so happy with the way everything turned out.
I know.
I really
Oh,
am.
my cabbage too.
Yep, and there's your cabbage.
Scalloped.
I'll tell you, that is so delicious. Oh my gosh, we made that yesterday.
It's very
I
good.
had it last night. I'm having it again tonight. It is very good.
I have to
Very
taste it or they won't think it's good.
I wonder if you could make that with like regular cheddar cheese. I guess you could. Why not?
I'd imagine you could use regular cheddar. If you
Or
want to
any
go
other kind of
gluten-free,
cheese.
put rice crackers on top. If you're going
Yeah.
keto, leave the top off. Put on pork rinds or whatever the hell people on keto do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm.
And the potato skins. Oh man, these were so delicious. They really are. Now you had. I didn't eat the sweet one yet.
I had a sweet one.
Yeah, and I had the savory one.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just like a nice little spin on traditional.
Yeah.
They really
Just a
are.
little bite. Yeah.
I mean,
Very
like,
tasty.
wouldn't it be cool to serve these like as an like before Thanksgiving dinner? Like
Mhm.
it would just be really, really good. I'm happy with these. And then of course the rolls, they turned out good too. This is definitely a throwback for me.
I would say so.
Is it still real hot?
That a little.
A little
Fresh out of the oven, It's a
warm.
little warm.
Yeah, it's a little warm.
It's welcome though.
These like really they really take me back to my childhood, really. And
Mhm.
like I said, we used to call them rustic turkey dinner rolls. I mean, they're
I never ever.
I know. It obviously was a family thing. It wasn't, because they're more commonly known as angel rolls, and probably
Oh,
people have
okay.
heard of that.
Mhm.
And the recipe is very similar, very, very similar, but it's like a cross between an actual biscuit and a dinner roll. It's like right in between there, but
Kind
they're
of
really good.
yeasty, kind of
Mhm.
crumbly though.
Very, very, very delicious.
Very good.
And again, something a little unconventional to serve,
Yeah,
a
something
little
that doesn't
different.
always make it to the table. Something
Yeah.
different. So,
Oh yeah.
well,
we
before I
hope
finish
you
this,
enjoyed those.
yes, and if you make them, of course, take some pictures,
Please do.
send them to us. We'll
Yes.
check them out on Facebook.
Oh yes, definitely. And we'll post all these recipes over on Facebook and Instagram for you for sure. And then I may have one more recipe for Thanksgiving for you on Mondays with Mark.
Mhm.
Maybe. We'll see.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm all into sweet potatoes now, so I think we might be using sweet potatoes
For like
again.
everything. We have a bunch more too.
Oh yeah,
So,
and now and then we'll be sick of them.
yeah, none.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so we'll be live tomorrow for Coffee Talk, and then back to back live for our regular live stream on Sunday. I'll see you Monday for Mondays with Mark, and then y'all next week.
It's Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving.
Wasn't it just summer?
It was.
Wasn't I just in high school?
It
What happened
was.
to my life?
And we're gonna go on a little trip.
Oh, yeah.
Before Thanksgiving, yeah. It's our international tasting.
We are.
Where
we are.
will we go? I don't know. I guess you'll have to tune in to find out.
I guess so. All right. Well, thank you all for being here.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for joining us. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe, hit the notification bell, and get alerts when we have new videos and go live. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, soon to be to Twitter as well. All that's down below. Email address, contact info, send a card. The P.O. box is there.
Yep.
Thanks, and
Christmas
we will see
card
you
exchange
tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern.
We will.
To go live.
We will. And just in time to say goodbye. He comes back up. Oh, what a ham. Isn't he a ham? I remember when he would not show up on video at all.
He would hide in the other. Yeah.
Thank you again for spending your time with us. You have a fantastic weekend, everybody. And remember to stay safe, stay well, but above all else, stay positive, okay? Ciao, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
You like sweet potatoes? Don't feed the cat sweet potatoes.
I want to.